What would you fetch in today's market, and how much would George Best be worth?
Oh my God. Well, talking about Best, if they're talking about the young kid Sancho 100 million, oh my God. You couldn't put a price on Bestie. You couldn't put a price on him with money these days. Whatever the record would be, it would be for Bestie, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I don't know about myself. I don't know what figures. I don't know. I think that would be up to supporters or somebody to judge what I'd be worth. But I wouldn't know what to say about myself, to be honest with you.
It's very humble of you. I always find that's a strange question, because the value of a player in hindsight is obviously a lot better than picking the player at the right time so you get the benefit of that career. Do you know what I mean? Saying George Best is worth 250 million is great because we know what he was achievable. But you have to pick these young players before they achieve it almost. It's a very difficult question.
Exactly. And that's so well put from yourself there, because when you think about the young boy Sancho, he was at Manchester City as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City let him go to Dortmund. All of a sudden, he's done unbelievably well. Got into the England squad. Now we're talking 100 million, and his career still is in front of him.
Exactly.
Just what you said. His career's in front of him, and anything can happen in football as well. You can pay 100 million for a boy. He can go out and get a serious injury, which I hope never happens. Don't get me wrong, but that can happen. And then all of a sudden, you've lost that sort of type of money.
Yeah, and the flip side of that is when we were talking about the class of 92 earlier, your Beckham, Scholes, Neville, cost Man United nothing. And you got loads of them, which, again, let's talk about Williams, James, Wan-Bissaka to an extent, but paying minimal and getting the best out of these players. That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now you're talking. I mean, people that come through. I love to see, as you say, I love those kids coming through, costing the club nothing. And then all of a sudden having what you call at least 10 years at that football club. I think that's brilliant. But as you say, that, you know, over the years, that you don't really see a lot of that. But you've mentioned a few players there at United, and I can see them being at the club for a number of years and doing really well, coming through the ranks. I really can.
Yeah, I hope so. Like you said, it goes cyclical, doesn't it? So hopefully there might be the nucleus of another Champions League winning team here at some point.
Well, yeah, as you say, and to be fair, Ollie's been quite brave, I think. Quite brave, actually. You know, you talk about Sanchez, Lukaku, all these people who cost a lot of money. Well, Sanchez didn't cost a lot of money. He was involved in a bit of a deal. But Lukaku, whatever, to get them out of the club and bring to stick with Rashfords and Greenwoods and, you know, these type of players, very, very brave, and hopefully it works out for him, which I think it will.
It seems to be, as we said earlier, it seems to be like just before lockdown happened, things were starting to take shape and really form as a great team, and then this virus just stopped it. So I hope, like I said, I'm not a Manchester United fan. Like, full disclosure, I'm a Newcastle fan, but I do hope to see. I like great football, and I like the idea of young talent, young British talent as well, coming through, as opposed to just buy this guy, buy this guy, buy this guy, the old Real Madrid mentality.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, obviously, these big clubs, what you mentioned, we have mentioned Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Tottenham. I don't know. Tottenham haven't spent really a lot of money. From Levy don't like really spending money. Arsenal, I think, have to sort of spend again, sort of get up there.